Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to another League of Legends video. In this video, I am going to be doing a random comm video. Now this is this is a series where I kind of record over a game I played off recording, so off camera, and you know, it happened to be a really good game. Now, a special thing about this one is, so if you do not know, I posted on my Facebook and my Twitter, I have just reached Platinum. I'm at 1903 ELO, which is sweet because the season is going to be ending very soon. So, you know, I was really trying to get that Platinum because, you know, you do get better rewards and you get that like Platinum border and all that good stuff. So once the season ends, and I really want that, right? So I'm really happy about that. I finally got it, and this was one of the games, I think one of the 2 or 3 games that was like pretty much, you know, getting me to that Platinum status. This is not the game that got me Platinum, but this is one of the 2 or 3 games that was like on my mini, you know, last couple of games or last little stride to get to that Platinum status. So, and this was a really good one that I really want to share with you guys. So I am playing Gragas this one. I am running I believe on my Gragas, yeah, I have 24 AP with Doran's ring, so that's 14, or rather that's 9 off of. So I think I'm running my move speed one, which happens to entail move speed quints, AP, or rather magic pen reds, AP per level, blues and yellows. Pretty sure that's the page I ran on this game, and of course masteries is like a standard AP page, probably like 2109 or something. So overall, I think Gragas is just an amazing pick middle. He's so good. Like, he has so much potential. I mean, way before Gragas even became like a really good pick, I was constantly saying to all my friends, you know what, like Gragas is a very strong champion. I think he's going to be a top pick. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, he brings everything. He has a Q, which slows attack speed. He has an E, which goes through walls and slows people down, which is really good. So it gives him a lot of traversing, you know, being able to get to lanes faster and all that good stuff. And it also, he also has the W, which gives him extra AD, and he takes reduced damage. And then he has an ult, which is able to disrupt stuff. So disrupt channels, you know, it has CC capabilities, and you can do so much with it. And I feel like he's just an extremely solid champion. So now here's a really cool game. So as you can see, Nocturne is doing his red. He just got that. Let me see what the hockey is for me. It's 4. Okay, so let me go on 4. Let me enable chat. Oops. Enable chat just to make sure. Okay, it's enabled. So here's a really cool thing. So the ward's right there. They ping Nocturne. I'm like, oh shit, Nocturne is doing that. So I start heading up there. Karthus is like, oh, what's he doing? And I throw the Q on him. I flash over and I ignite him, and I just barely get him just before he's able to flash away. So that was a really good pickup and really good first blood. So one thing I like about Gragas is, like, if you go pure AP on him, you can instantly burst people down, especially once you get the death fire. So speaking of which, item build. What I like to get on him is I go for the boost, so the sorcerer boost first. I usually get 2, maybe 3 Doran blades, usually 2 and then 1 Kage's pick or Kage's pick or whatever you pronounce it. So I get that, and then I go usually for the Abyssal Scepter, 2 Rabadons, 2 Deathfire. That's usually what I do, and it happens to work out really well for me. So here I'm kind of playing middle, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm pretty good to go. I'm pretty strong, and I E away from the Darius, but he is a lot faster because I don't have boots, and he does have those boots. So he's able to catch up to me, and they're able to pick up the kill on me. So quite unfortunate. I'm telling my top lane, I'm like, why is Darius there? Like, what the hell? Like, why did he just randomly roam there? I mean, it was a good roam, but why did that happen? And I was not aware of that. And Decent said he pinged it, but like he pinged it pretty much just as Darius already showed up in my lane, so that didn't really help much. But regardless, it was a great pickup by Darius. I mean, you know, it was great initiation by him to secure the kind of middle lane for his Karthus, because I did get that first blood, so I was able to kind of work off of it. So new blocks, I am dual queuing with him. He is playing Skarner jungle. So skill order for Gragas. Most people go QWE, I believe. I go QEW. Reason is I want that extra burst ASAP because I do some nice things. I really love comboing his ulti with his E. There's 2 ways you can do it. One, to look fancy, you can use the ulti and then you can throw the Q behind them, so where they're going to land on the ulti and then E on top of them. That's to look fancy. But if you want to be safe, you can E on top, slow them, and then you pretty much get a free ulti or a Q. So that's really good. That's what I usually do. Let me fast forward this a bit. So that's what I like to do with Gragas. I honestly, I feel like it's extremely dominant. So I did get ganked. So I'm like, alright, you know what? I think I need a ward. So I got a ward. And another thing I like about Gragas is the matchup against Karthus is hugely in my favor, I think. Because Karthus is not a very mobile champion. He's kind of a statue champion, you know. He's really staticky, right? So it makes it a lot easier for me to kind of land all my skills, like my EQ is ulti, and I really like that. So pretty sure I do a couple of that throughout the game. Not sure exactly, but I'm I do pretty well this game, so you know you can expect to see some really cool stuff. So I'm still middle, farming my ass off. 30 CS on Karthus. I'm at 39, just hit 41, so I'm obviously a bit ahead. They pick Nocturne middle. I know he's there, so I kind of back off, and I just get that last 2 CS right there with my Q. So that's really good pickup. You know, make sure I still get CS down, even though Nocturne is there. So that's one thing I like about Gragas too. His Q is really good on CS. Also, did I mention his passive? Completely forgot. Oh my god, I mean, his passive gives him sustain. I mean, this guy has everything. Like, what does he not have? He's able to burst down people instantly. He's able to traverse through walls and get to lanes fast. He's able to slow people down. He's able to slow attack speed. He's able to cancel, you know, channels and have strong CC. He has sustain. He literally has everything. And I think he's honestly, like, an extremely high pick. So keep that in mind. If you're ever, like, stuck in solo queue or elo hell or whatever it may be, you know, Gragas is the way to go, man. He's awesome. So here I kind of go bottom. I was kind of hoping to pick up the Leona, but they did pick up the kill on her. So I'm like, alright, whatever. I'm going to head back and do my thing. So let me fast forward a bit more. So nothing happened out of that. Clearly, Tristana barely got away. I couldn't finish her off, and she did go back in lane pretty fast. Oh, rather, back to her second turret. So Lee Sin unfortunately died. Lee Sin actually kind of gets owned this game top lane, but it's okay because I end up carrying this pretty well. So, Skarner doing blue, he's like, yo, come get this blue, and I'm like, aight. So I head over there, pick that shit up, and now I'm feeling like a true boss, because now I can spam my abilities onto this Karthus and or the minions to get that farm, and really not have to worry about anything. So Skarner, or rather, Nocturne is doing his wolves. Obviously I do not know this while the game's happening, but I do feel pretty safe. I do have the wards, actually I don't have any wards, so either way I still feel safe, because, I don't know. I just feel like I can ulti them away if I have to, and I still have my E to escape, so worst comes to worst, I'll E backwards, and I'll ulti them away, and, you know, good to go. So looks like a lot of actions happening bottom. Nocturne's in the back there, and he actually ultis no problem. Let's see what happens there. So quite a few kills happen, pick up on Meph. Blitz just barely dies, and Skarner is there, but obviously a little too late to really help them with anything. So they go for the dragon. Nocturne kind of whips his Q, but he does throw that off. So here I want to slow down a bit. So let's see what happens here. So they're doing dragon, and they actually back off because they're all really low. Look at the Leona, no HP at all. I'm kind of going up there, kind of chilling, looking for an opportunity to do something. So let's kind of bring up the UI again. And they're all doing blue. And this is where we kind of, I think, make some plays happen. I can't remember, but let's see what happens. So I kind of throw my Q. I whiff it completely, unfortunately, but I do throw that off. And I do some nice damage to the Nocturne, but I think he lives. Yeah, he lives with one last tick left. Here, I kind of throw the Q, and I tried doing something. I should not even throw the Q. I tried doing something. I was like, all right, you know, let me go back in there. Hopefully, someone low HP will come through, and I can do something. But unfortunately, you know, Karthus was there too, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck this shit. Sees his ulti coming, or rather, I see his ulti coming. Barely kills me. I mean, or barely survive. And like the W again, I'm pretty sure the W saved me, because how much is it gonna protect me from damage? I take reducing damage taken by 10%. That's quite a lot. That is actually quite a bit of damage. For free, because you can have your W constantly. It lasts for 20 seconds. Your cooldown 19 seconds. So you have your W up pretty much the whole time. That's, I mean, you constantly have 10% reduction on you, pretty much. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm sorry. That's just so cool. So I'm gonna go back to middle. Obviously, the game is not too, you know, going too well for me just yet. I mean, my farm is not too bad. It's at 87. Karthus is at 72. So I am up farming a Karthus, which is always a good thing, because Karthus is one of the heaviest farmers. So I'm kind of heading top. I'm seeing the Draven, well, not the Draven, the Darius, which is very low. So I'm gonna kind of head over there. I see the Skarner is taking quite a bit of damage. I'm telling him on Skype, I'm like, yo, get out, man, watch out. You know, you're gonna take so much damage. You might die. But he doesn't have his dunk, and we know that. So he's chilling in the bush. I just go in there, make sure he doesn't go out the other side, and I whiff my Q or E rather, because he is kind of, you know, just able to barely outrun it, but I do land my E and then finish him off with the ulti, and we walk away. So that's good. And he actually kind of says something pretty cocky in chat. He's like, oh man, how I wish Nocturne moved his ass so I can kill both of you. So here I'm kind of chilling. I see the Karthus, and I'm like, yo, Karthus, like, he knows I'm here, right? He's kind of scared, but he just either way kind of decides to walk through, and I just get some free damage on him. Get him to half HP, and then he's running away here, and I know I can't see him right now. I just throw a blind Q. I'm kind of predicting where he's gonna be, and I land that, you know. I get him down to pretty much 1/4 of his HP for free, and now that just pretty much secures this lane that much more for me, because now he has to back, or else he's gonna die. Because I'll just simply E on top of him one more time and Q, and he's dead, right? I mean, his flash is down, and he knows he's pretty scared. So there's that Darius chat. Let's fast forward this a bit more and see if anything else happens. So Nocturne comes in there, doing quite a bit of damage to me. His fear still procs on me. I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna leave. I don't want to fight you, man. You look pretty scary to me, and I feel like I want to go back and get another drink. So that's what I do. Pop that blue pill, and I dip set. So what do I get now? I get the, as you can see, I got the two Doran rings. I got the Sork boots, and I have the rod, or the big rod. I didn't get the Kage pick yet because I actually kind of forgot to get it this game, unfortunately. But here is a really good one. This is where a really cool fight happens, and I do some nice magic. So I get a nice Q on the Nocturne. I kind of go in there. Quite a lot of bit is happening, but Scar does ulti the Nocturne, and I finish him off with my ulti as well. We go after the Karthus. Nice pull by the Blitz, and we finish it off this Karthus. Get that Q off. MF double kill, which is really good. Actually, that's not the fight I was thinking about. There's another fight that happens. It's really good. I go for the Leona, and she's very low, and she actually just barely walks away. So she has good reaction. I mean, most people, when they back, they're just like busy buying. They don't really give a shit what's going on. And I can kind of give them while they're busy looking at their items to buy in the shop. So luckily for her, she did not do that. So she was able to run away pretty quickly. So I kind of go back in lane, and I'm kind of looking for more opportunities, right? That's what you want to do with Gragas. You're really mobile. You want to run around the map quite a lot, and you just want to look for opportunities where you can instantly burst someone. So, for example, this Tristana, I'm kind of hoping that she's going to walk through and I can rape her. So she actually does go in there. I kind of waited a little too long because I don't have my ulti, so I feel a little scared to try doing as much as I want to. So I see her right there. Unfortunately, the wolves are in the way, so I can't kill her. But I still pick up the wolves at least, so you know, at least I got something out of that. I could have played that better probably, but I was a little skeptical because who knew what else was there. If I had my ulti, I would have went straight forward, of course, but I didn't have my ulti. That's the problem. Or else I would have went and killed her instantly. So this Lee Sin goes in their jungle, gets in a bit of a pickle, but he just dipsets, you know, he knows he's safe, so that's good. So now, whenever my Q starts one-hitting the caster minions, I know I'm in a pretty good spot. That's usually what I determine to make sure I'm actually, like, you know, caught up in items and everything and AP-wise, and I'm not behind. So that's one way to judge it. If your Q can destroy the casters in one wave, you know, or in one throw, that's really good. So here's the Blitz. I tell him Karthus is gonna be there because we know they're getting his blue, and Karthus actually flashes out. I have no mana to follow it up with, unfortunately, so he actually gets away, luckily. But I think this is the fight where actually nice stuff happens. So MF takes a lot of damage. I throw the Q or ulti, get the Leona. I see the Karthus is doing his thing, so I just auto attack him. I'm low on mana, man. I have nothing. So he's trying to dodge me. I just finish him off with the E. That's a double kill for me. I see the Nocturne is doing some damage. I see him very low as well. Throw the Q, flash away, kill him as well. And now I'm chilling up here because I know that Tristana is looking for that jump up here. So I'm waiting for her. She flashes instead, and I get a nice kill. One more auto attack, and then she's dead with my red buff. So I kind of leave away, you know, I run away rather, because I don't want her to kill me. I'm scared what she might do. I don't want to risk anything stupid. And I saw that I did enough damage for the red buff to kill her. So I just simply backed away, and I got an unofficial Quadra. So that was a really good fight, and that pretty much is where I snowballed from. Just from that fight, I just started getting so much AP, and I just started raping people. So I have 293 AP. I have the Rabadons. I got another ward, and I got another pot. I mean, you always want to get a ward as much as you can. Whenever you go back in base, you want to get that ward. So here's the Leona. I don't think I can kill her yet, though, because I don't have my ulti. It's in 2 seconds, but Karthus is there too. And I don't want to risk anything stupid again. I do have quite a bit of a bounty on my head. I am 6, 1, and 2. So, last thing I need to do is give up a bounty and bring them back in the game, because that's the whole reason bounties exist. So here's a really good ulti. I throw him right towards the Blitz. I saw Blitz is there, so I ulti on top of him and I get him right towards him. And Nocturne dashes in really late for no reason. Blitz was his Q, but I do get my E. I get my Q as well. We do some serious damage, and MF is able to finish him off, so that's another great pickup. But again, I mean, that's an amazing ulti. Let's look at that one more time before we kind of move on. I just want to show you guys that. I mean, it's a really, really cool one. So, again, I'm middle. I'm doing my thing. I see Blitz is going to come, right? He's right there, coming through here. And I see that. I go on to the Karthus. See, I land my E first. He slowed down, opens up a free ulti for me, and I do that. And I mean, it's really, really cool. So that's one thing you want to do with Gragas. You want to get that E first most of the time. And it pretty much opens a free ulti for you, and it positioned him perfectly for the Blitz to work off of it as well. So you want to keep doing that as long or as much as you can. That's the one thing that's good about Gragas' ulti. You can do that kind of stuff. You can use it to position people. You can use it to escape or save your allies. You can use it to nuke someone down. You can use it to cancel people's channels. You can use it to separate the enemy team. So, for example, I can ulti the Karthus out of the fights before his passive procs. You know, so he's not able to rather just use his Q and his E and all that good stuff on us. So, I mean, it just has so much possibilities to work off of, and I love his ultimate. One thing I don't like about Gragas is his laning phase. I find his laning phase a little lackluster for the first maybe 4 or 5 levels. But after you get your ultimate, pretty much level 5 is when you start becoming good. The first 4 levels are kind of annoying. I don't like them. I feel pretty weak, especially if I'm against a really strong harasser in middle. But again, after that, it becomes really, really solid. So let's see what happens. I'm kind of waiting for Karthus. I was hoping he would go up there, but he didn't. So I kind of go over here. I see the Leona. I do some nice damage to her. She gets extremely low. She kind of does whatever she can on me, but I'm like, alright, fuck this. I did enough damage to you. I'm a little scared. So they pick up the kill on the Nocturne, so that's good. And now Darius is complaining because he was doing really good top lane, but you know, his team isn't doing so hot. So again, pop that W, get that mana from the W, which I forgot to mention. It does that. Now Lee Sin gets a nice Q and we work off of this. I throw the Q on him and I actually go for the ulti, but I whip it obviously because he does die. But you know, Darius is the only person on their team to me that's a threat, so I want to throw my ulti off. I wanted to ensure he dies. I don't want him to flash away or do some fancy stuff where he somehow survives, right? So I just want to ensure it, and that's exactly what happened there. Threw the ulti off. Sure, you know, he died before my ulti even did anything to him, but regardless, it's still an ensured ulti. Because, you know, even if he didn't die there, he would have died from my ulti, so he was dead regardless. So Blitz, you know, gets a nice pull in the minion there. It's a great pull. I mean, the minion did not see it coming, but anyways. So another thing about Gragas is good is you know, his ulti's cooldown is not that long. It's a decent cooldown. Plus he has great poke with his Q. You can just keep spamming Q in these situations, and you can get some serious poke going. So we're going for this turret. I'm kind of chilling in the back. I'm drinking my thing. Throw that Q. I kind of whip it. Doesn't really do anything. But I mean, you know, the Tristana goes away. The MF gets some nice damage onto that Trist. I guess not that much damage, but regardless, you know, she does do something. So MF actually gets jumped on. I remember this fight. I didn't have ulti the whole fight. As you can see, my ulti's on 23 seconds right now. So I'm kind of doing whatever I can. I have a big bounty in my head, so I'm scared to be in the fight in the center of it because I know I can, you know, if I die, I'm gonna give a huge kill spree away to someone. I get a nice Q over there, deal some nice damage, but unfortunately I can't finish anyone off. As you can see, I'm very low in mana and I don't have my ulti. I only have 200 mana. And I'm like, alright, what can I do? I don't know what I can do. So I throw my ulti, or rather my Q, and I don't think I get anyone. No. I get the Leona very low, but I don't kill anyone. So that fight obviously did not work too well for us because MF was out of position. She didn't walk with us when we all went back to our bush, or to the enemy jungle. And yeah, Nocturne saw that and he ulted on top of her and they worked off of that. So again, if I had a bit more mana and I had my ultimate, we could have won that fight easily, but I don't have either or, so you know, not the best fight for us there. Regardless, I'm gonna go back to base and let's see what I get. So I'm probably gonna get, yeah, so I go for the Abyssal Scepter. So this game I didn't get DFG, but usually you do want to get the Kagis pick ASAP. And get the DFG after the Abyssal and the Rabadons. So item order doesn't really matter. Sometimes I get Rabadons then Abyssal, sometimes I get Abyssal then Rabadons. All depends. If I'm doing really good, I'll get Rabadons first. If I need a bit more tankiness, I'll get Abyssal first. But regardless, those are my first two items, followed by a Deathfire Grasp. So keep that in mind if you want to play Gragas. Don't forget the skill order: Q, E, W, and of course ultimate whenever you can. So here the Darius is trying to work off something, but I'm like, alright, you can't catch me, I know that. Nocturne's bottom, and they're all going through their jungle, and this is where I think I blow up the Tristana. So let's see what happens here. Let's fast forward a bit. So Skarner goes in there, he actually kind of chokes a bit, doesn't really do anything, and he just backs off. You know, pop the Shirelles, but nothing happens. He kind of goes for the Karthus, but he's just taking a lot of poke for no reason. So let's see what else happens. So we're kind of chilling in the bush. I know that they're there. I throw my Q, but unfortunately, you know, I don't hit anyone. So I'm getting a little too close to that Darius. I don't want to get pulled in and chain CC by the Leona and get owned. So I kind of back off. And then Leona pops a nice ultimate in there. They all dash in there. I'm chilling in the back, as you can see. I'm looking for the opportunity, and I see the Tristana, and I actually fuck up pretty hard here. I land my Q, but I whiff my ulti and my Q there. So Tristana had a huge jump there, but I mean, whatever. I'm still kind of trying to work off of it. I throw my Q in there. I whipped that Q as well, but Nocturne's here and I actually able to pick him up. So I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not my best Gragas game, but it's a pretty good Gragas game, and there were quite a few nice plays here. At the same time, there were a few whiffs. So you know, Gragas is someone who you can get some really nice looking plays, you can get some crazy shit going, but at the same time, you know, there's a chance where you can just fuck up hard and just miss stuff like I missed that last team fight. Where Tristana, you know, she did jump away. I kind of was a little too slow. I should have done it a lot faster, but or maybe I should have waited for her to jump before I did anything. But unfortunately, you know, whatever. She did jump away, but it's okay. I mean, it's all good. You know, stuff happens. So I just unfortunately pressed the button. I don't know what I pressed. Let's quickly. So we got Baron there. Where was that fight? It's right here. Is that the fight? Yeah. That was the fight, and we pushed middle. So let's fast forward this a bit. I think I pressed the button that fast forward to the end of the game or something. So they tried doing something, and we're just running, and this is where we actually see Darius. I feel like he's gonna catch up, right? He's very close to that, close to that Lee Sin, and I think we can burst him down before anything happens. So I kind of throw my ulti, throw my E, and we kill him almost instantly. But unfortunately, the Leona gets a very nice ultimate, and you know, we get 2 kills off, or we lose 2 people off of that. I mean, we did pick up the Darius, but that Leona had a very solid ultimate. So I mean, that was very unexpected, and I mean, it was a good play by her. So I was hoping we can pick up the Darius a lot faster than we did, but unfortunately we did not. So regardless, you know, it was still a pickup. I mean, we did lose one for it, but regardless, at least we got something from it. We're still ahead. We got the middle inhibitor, and let's fast forward this a bit more and see what happens. Where am I? I'm still dead. Ha! Guys, fast forward this. So people are backing, whatever, nothing interesting happening. I farm that rates, and I want to throw my Q there, do my thing, and I see the Leona's here, and I'm like, oh, that's a free ward for me. So I kind of walk away. We kind of back off the Baron. We were attempting it. I think we were trying to bait it. Can't remember exactly, but regardless, we back off of that, and we're playing a bit more cautiously. So we're all bunched together. Nocturne is at his base, and we're looking for a team fight. I mean, we're looking for the bait. We're scouring for wards. We see one right there. Nocturne picks that off, or rather, Skarner picks that off. No problemo. And let's fast forward. It's a bit more. See if any action happens. So hopefully the next team fight I do a bit better. Get a nice Q over there. Get Karthus to almost half HP. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And looks like a team fight might erupt here. So let's see what happens. So their whole team, they're kind of going for a nice pull. I mean, he gets a pull onto the Darius. Not the best one. Get my Q. And E on top. Get that nice kill on the Tristana. Pretty much nuke down the Karthus as well. MF gets a double kill off of that as well. And I mean, I'll go for the Leona here. I'm trying to catch her because I feel like my team was able to get Nocturne, but unfortunately Nocturne was too fast. So Leona's kind of walking back. I went up there, right? So if she went up there, I would have kept chasing her and I would have got the kill. But I knew she went down because she wasn't in that area. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not going to waste my time with her. So I'm just, alright, you know what? I want to get this turret instead. It's a lot more important than getting Leona. I mean, fuck it. Nocturne tries to defend it, so he actually does that successfully. I'm a little scared to go in there now because, you know, Nocturne is pretty scary. I don't want to fight anything on the turret. And instead, my team's doing Baron, so I'm like, alright, let me go in there, let me take it because all you guys are low HP, and that's what we do. As Leona's actually backing off. It's pretty ballsy Leona, holy shit. I did not know she was doing that. Very ballsy Leona. Respect for that one. Actually got the blue buff, wow. Anyway, so I want to go over here, and I'm looking for ganks, man. I'm looking to pick someone off. That's what I want to do. So I kind of see the Karthus, and I see the Darius was there too. So I'm like, fuck that shit. I am not going to risk anything stupid. I know the Tristana is there too. And I know the Karthus is doing this, so I kind of throw my Q, and I scare the Karthus off, and I make them back off, right? And I tell my Skarner, I'm like, yo, put a ward there. So if they try to do it, we'll steal it. But they all back off because they're all too scared. So I'm like, alright, you know what? If they're backing off, let's do it. I mean, whatever. Another blue buff? Why the hell not? I'll take it. So MF got the dragon while we were doing all that, getting that blue buff, scaring them off their own blue buff. And I'm going to go push back middle. Lee Sin's kind of distracting them middle a bit. And we're just getting this turret. We're kind of chilling over here. And just doing our thing, right? Just doing our thing. Pushing middle. Or bottom rather. And the enemy team is going to have to try defending this. But I mean, it is not looking too good for them. We have the Baron buff. And I mean, this is a team fight where the enemy team does really, really bad things. I mean, they completely ignore a certain person on our team, and you'll see who. So we're looking for the opportunity. I'm throwing free harasses in there. I landed on the Tristana. As you can see how much damage she takes. I mean, it's ridiculous. Pretty much 3 solid Qs, and she's pretty much dead, which is pretty beastly considering the Q only has like a 6-second cooldown. So I mean, it's pretty awesome. So we're looking for the opportunity again. Blitzcrank missed his hook. And I can't remember who engages. Maybe the Lee Sin, maybe I engage. I don't remember. But as you can see, I kind of go over here, try to do something, and the engage is started. Leona pops her ulti. I'm kind of in the back. I'm trying to find something to do. I see the Karthus is very low. Lee Sin kicks him out of my Q, unfortunately. But I'm kind of chilling in there, looking for the right opportunity. And I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm going to go in there. I'm going to E on top of that. And I pick up the Leona. I whiff the Q, but I'm going to go for this Nocturne and we get the kill on him. Darius dunks me, unfortunately. But whatever, it's not that bad. So I did ulti someone. I'm not sure who I ulted, I can't remember. But like I said, they completely ignored someone. They ignored the MF. Darius and everyone went for me after they killed, I don't know what, the Blitzcrank and the Skarner for some reason, instead of going for the MF, who's pretty much dealing all the damage now. She's also extremely fed. So even though my score is 10-3-2 or 10-3-12, I mean, you know, me and this MF 17-6 and 5 carried this game pretty hard. We both just did so much damage, and of course she was doing a lot more damage than I was. But they completely disregarded her. They were actually going for me over her, which is a good thing because I'm a lot more tanky than her. I can take a lot more damage. And she's just chilling in the back with that Guardian Angel doing her thing. So we're not actually able to finish it just yet. Let me fast forward a bit more. Let's see what happens. So kind of going for it. We see Nocturne. Oh yeah, this is where we saw Nocturne. And a nice ulti by the Skarner as Nocturne flashes away. Blow him up, doing some serious damage. I mean, he is pretty tanky, but we're chasing him. And I mean, it's pretty obvious that this Nocturne is dead. He has nowhere to go. Get that nice E on him, and Nuke Blocks does pick up the kill on him with his Skarner. So we're gonna go over here, push middle one more time, and Blitzcrank is trolling a bit with those wards. Misses the pull, But this is where we pretty much win the game. I mean, we're just chilling, and I want to finish the game, right? Because I'm pretty much a game or two away from platinum, and I want this win. I don't want to get greedy. I just want to go in there, and I want to get this Nexus. So that's pretty much what I do while my team is playing around with them on the fountain. It's because, like, you know, I've lost games where people on the enemy team played around with me in my fountain, and I pretty much killed them, and I went and pushed back, and we won. So you can't do that. You can't risk that stuff. But we do end up winning the game regardless. So overall, a really good game. And this was a game I was pretty much about a game or two away from plat. But regardless, it was a great game. So if you guys, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.